Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I repair a ding on my cousin's 9-foot Taylor. It's quite a deep dent, so I'll be glassing it in two parts. First I'll be filling a hole and wait for that to cure, and then I'll be glassing around the surrounding area. I'll also show you the different types of sandpaper I used. Okay, the area is all sanded down and we are ready for the pour. I'm going to use some masking tape and I'm going to create a well so that I could pour the resin in. This is fiberglass cloth that I'm cutting up into strips, and I'm also going to take a little of it and crunch them up into a little ball and squeeze as much as I can into the hole. And now we're going to mix the fiberglass resin with the catalyst. You can pick this up at Home Depot. I'm going to pour just the amount I need to fill this hole, and then we'll add the catalyst. Now, depending on how much you add will determine how quick it cures, and I accidentally put too much. So I have about 20 minutes to fill this hole. This should take about 2 to 3 hours to cure, but it'll start to turn into jelly in about 20 minutes since I used a little too much of the catalyst. A slower cure allows the resin to get into all the nooks and crannies before hardening. Now I'm applying several strips of fiberglass cloth to cover the hole. This hardens, I'll sand off the excess and start a second process of laying fiberglass over the entire area I want to treat. This is the result. It took about 2 to 3 hours. Now we're ready to start sanding. It turned out pretty good, but had a little tiny bubble in the middle, most likely the result of a fast cure, but it still works. I remove the tape and I'll give it a bit of sanding before I mix a new batch of resin and begin the process of covering the surrounding area with several strips of cloth. And this is what the end result looks like. I didn't get a chance to videotape the process, but it was exactly the same. It's just that we're going to be covering the entire area. So this took another 2-3 hours to cure. It's getting late, but I still have some daylight to get some sanding done. I'm going to start off with a coarse grit of 80, and it's the same one that I've been using from the beginning. And I'll slowly move up to a coarse grit of 120. I was able to sand it down close to the original shape of the board just in time to turn in for the night. So I'm going to wake up the neighbors with 220 grit sandpaper. By now I've got it somewhat flush with the contour of the board. I'm not really applying too much pressure. That bubble still bugs me, but the ding is sealed and it looks great. Moving on to 400 grit sandpaper, I'm doing light touches as the treated area now matches the shape of the board. Finally, some hand sanding with 1000 grit sandpaper. This gives it a final, somewhat polished look. I'll take off the remaining old wax and she's ready to go. Oh wait, my cousin is camera shy, so we'll have to remove the GoPro mount. And now ready for a new coat of wax. Thank you for watching, everybody, and see you in the next video.